The Love Fest here at Long Island International Film Expo. I'm Jennifer Jiles, and I am here with
Margarita Zhitnikova, formerly Marzi Hart.
All right, I never could have gotten that anyway. So I just don't even try. I don't pretend that I know everybody's names. Tell me about your film it's coming tonight.
Yes.
Tonight
at 9:30.
All right. And
Yeah.
what is it? It's a short? It's a feature?
It's a short. It's called Jones, and that's a play on like jonesing for something. And I also wanted a gender-neutral character name, and I've been watching a lot of Jessica Jones. But the film is inspired by my experience with alcoholism. So it's like a hypnotic, experimental. It's got a little bit of experimentalism in it. Short about sobriety and inner demons and stuff like that.
So it's not funny.
It's got comedic elements.
Yeah. We'll have to bring that to everything.
Yes.
What would you want to talk a little bit about your personal take on why you made it? Or?
For me, I didn't realize I was an alcoholic until I had been sober for a while. It wasn't like, oh, I'm an alcoholic and I should stop drinking. I was functioning, highly functioning, and eventually I was like, hey, let's see if I can take a month off, and that was really hard. And I was like, why is this so hard? And alcoholism runs in my family, and I was shook by that. And I had a friend that passed away. This film was unofficially dedicated to Shayna Elizabeth Dowdswell. And yeah, so like a lot of things started becoming clearer to me the longer I was sober. And things that I was hiding from, things that alcohol was helping me avoid.
And what were you, for example, hiding from and helping you to avoid? Because we don't know when you see an alcoholic that's good at hiding it, then we don't know you're an alcoholic. So what do you do to us so we don't know? How do you do it?
Well, I was still going to work. Mm-hmm. I had friends and I was taking acting classes. So to me, I was like, oh, I'm fine. Everything is fine. And then when I stopped drinking, I realized that I never wanted to be alone. I was drunk nearly 24 hours a day. And while I was taking acting classes, I wasn't actually doing anything to forward my career. And oh my God, I'm blanking on it now. But basically, I had no self-worth. And so I started bartending and doing all these things, thinking, fuck it, why would I try? I'd never make it anyway. Oh. So alcohol kept me from thinking about that and thinking, I'm just being a young kid in New York.
Right. A hip chick around town, and all your ambitions went. I mean, that's like the story of a pothead, though.
Yeah.
That's what I would think. That's the danger of.
I was that as well.
Oh, you were? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you think of an alcoholic. You think of Martha throwing bottles at people, and you think of so a bum on the street or somebody. But the functioning alcoholic, it is tragic, and so you're showing that it's tragic in this film.
Yeah, and I never it took a lot for me to seem drunk. So even if I had 25 beer and shots in a night, I was still I got this, I can carry on a conversation, and then I just wouldn't fucking remember anything.
And did you eat?
Oh, I ate.
Yeah. Okay. And so then when you became sober, do you go to AA or something like that? Or?
So that's what I don't touch on in the film. My version of sobriety is a little different than the norm.
Yeah.
Where the reason I was able to quit is because I said to myself, this isn't forever, I'm just testing this out.
Right.
So I didn't go to AA, and there's certain things I wish I got from that, the sense of community, etc. But what I do is called harm reduction. Uh-huh. So now I can have a drink once in a while and I'm fine. And then I don't have to start all over again.
Right.
I'm just I'm in control now. And an 8.5 minute film was too short to sort of dive into that. So I did use AA as.
How did you do? Is that some sort of hypnosis or self-hypnosis, or how did you come up with that?
No,
it's something it's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. I didn't know it was a thing when I was doing it, and later when I was in therapy, my therapist was like, "Oh, that sounds like harm reduction." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Interesting.
There's a thing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this is your first film?
As a writer, yes.
As a writer.
Writer and actor.
Uh-huh.
But I have produced and acted in other things.
And isn't it amazing writing your own stuff?
I love it.
Is this the premiere? This isn't the premiere.
This isn't the premiere.
So what kind of reactions were you getting?
My
from the
favorite
audience?
thing that the audience says is that it's not like a preachy film, because I would never want to make a preachy film.
Yeah.
It's just and this is a testament to my director, it's just very universal about anybody that has like any inner demons of any sort. So I love that.
Who was your director?
Stacy Malton. She's my business partner in our company, Besties Make Movies.
Uh-huh.
And we are currently working on a feature film that Stacy is directing, and we are both acting in with our friend Jay DeYonker.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, it's currently in production.
All right.
Yeah.
So you answered that question. What's
I
next?
did.
And now, is Jones going to other festivals as well?
Yeah, so Jones is going to be a festival of cinema. It's going to be at Gig Harbor.
That's how you knew the name.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll
Yeah.
see you there.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I love it. And then we have another project that's coming out that I also wrote and acted in and produced, and that's called 2 Weeks, and that is about me realizing that I'm asexual. So
Really?
yeah. That is a
Look at me. I'm like George. I'm like I have nothing to
stressor.
say. Like
I
those
like
kind
that
of things.
reaction.
Those kind of things. You think like if I make a joke, nah, it's probably not going to be funny. Like,
I
don't know
mean,
what,
well,
you know.
nobody knows what that is.
No,
really,
yeah.
which is why
It's like
the
not
film is
having
so important.
sex. No, what's
It's
asexual?
not having sexual attraction to other people. But it's a very broad spectrum, so there's no like one. That's the most basic definition of it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Wow. And you've never studied psychology? You have like the whole, you know,
No,
the
I know I have it all.
DMR, whatever that's called. You could prescribe drugs and stuff for
Oh my
people.
God.
No, don't do that.
And you get CBD, and you get CBD, and you get
Ah,
CBD.
CBD. Yeah, it kind of works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that I've, that I haven't. It's so wonderful to see you, and you're so beautiful, and I can't wait to see you on film. And everybody should see this film, Jones. And where can you find it?
If you follow Besties Make Movies on Instagram, you will see all the updates on all of our projects.
Besties Make Movies. All right, that's like everybody. Like
Yes.
all these groups, they're all besties making
Yeah.
movies. Will you become besties?
Yes. Well, it started out as just a hashtag. I was hashtagging on my
Yeah.
Instagram because I was loving making movies with my new film family.
Yeah.
And then we were like, all right, let's make a company. Oh, this would be a great name. 'Cause
Yeah.
we love each other.
It's fantastic. Well, congratulations. Thank you for coming to life.
Ah, I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to life.
That's right.
I'm like Pinocchio.